Hi, this is Sandy from Lightning Tools, and I'm here with Brett in After Dark.
Yeah, it is dark here. It's not been
How
like
are
this
you?
for a while. Yeah,
No?
I mean, when we started recording back in January, I mean, it's like dark at 4 p.m.
Well, that's true.
It is 9:45 p.m. here at the moment, so it's allowed.
Well, thanks for staying up past your bedtime then.
Absolutely.
So today I was thinking maybe we could talk about some new things that we've been adding to our website, and that is some suites of products, suites of Lightning Tools products. Not sweets you eat, but sweets meaning collection. So I thought it might be useful to just talk about why we did that and what kind of sweets we have and what the point is for customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think yeah, this is something that we've kind of always provided.
Mm.
We used to have what we referred to as the power pack back in the
Oh,
day,
right.
which
I
is
remember that.
a whole bunch of products sort of bundled together to give you uh, a nice price, and you'd end up sort of getting one or two products for free
Mm.
based on how big the power pack was. And there was a lot of products back then that made sense to be bundled together. So there was things like BBC MetaMan or BCS MetaMan, depending on which version of SharePoint you were using, along with things like the Data Viewer Web
Mm.
Part, which was a WSP back then, and yeah, so those two products and also the chart web part as well, which was the capability of being able to provide sort of 2D and 3D charts around not just BCS external content types, but other types of data as well.
Mm.
So there was that as a power pack, and I think when when the BCS stuff sort of became non-mainstream, I mean, we
Mm.
still sell quite a bit of that, but we have more mainstream products around things like permissions management now with
Mm.
DeliverPoint and the Lightning Conductor as content aggregation tool and so on. Well, also, Social Squared and the Data Viewer is still there. And so all of the products kind of at first didn't make sense, or there wasn't really a story as to why you would want to have both of them
Mm.
at the
Mm.
same time as one
Mm.
purchase.
Mm.
So quite often within a business you'd be speaking to two different
Mm.
departments or
Mhm.
or two different individuals based on what their needs are. um, so what we did was we kind of got rid of the bundles that we were offering. We got rid of the power pack, and we basically said, well, build your own bundle almost. We
Uh-huh.
give you a 25% discount on the second and third product, and
Which
that
is a really
was
nice discount.
yeah, exactly, and that was increased on going more than two products as well if you wanted to sort of purchase all of the products. But I really like the fact that all of our products are available individually because you're
Mm.
solving a need
Mhm.
or a requirement, and just because you want to aggregate content or manage permissions more effectively shouldn't mean that you have to buy a whole suite of products where you're
Right.
not going to use all of it.
Mm.
So yeah, but on the same token, you could save money if you did have the need for more than one of our products, and
Right.
that's what we try to do by offering this discount. But we're now in a position where we do have products that do work really well together. So we want to be able to offer, that as a suite of products. And we are talking about Lightning Forms this month, so I think that's a good place to start.
Mhm.
Is we have the Forms Designer Suite, which is made up of three different products. So one of them being Lightning Forms, so that's the tool that allows you to customize the layout of your forms, add styling, conditional formatting, and also build logic into the forms as well.
Mhm.
And where you could have your sublists and custom action buttons and that type of thing. But we also launched about 4 months ago a product called List Actions,
Mhm.
which takes a lot of the um, actions that you can do with Lightning Forms, but do it inside a SharePoint list view. So it would appear on the command bar, allowing you to select multiple items and then triggering a series of actions. So it might be that you had an approval action, for example. So rather than approving each individual item by opening up each item and displaying form, you could basically go through and select a whole bunch of expense reports or whatever they may be, and just say, yeah, I want to approve all of these in the same go, or in one action, and it would allow you to trigger all of those different events as a result. So yeah, list actions make sense to be bundled with Lightning Forms.
And plus, if you're using Lightning Forms and you already know how to use the action builder, it's the exact same interface too, so you don't have to relearn anything.
Exactly right. Yeah. But it is another another package, another SPFX package that you can add to your environment to give you that functionality. And then we've also launched the first of the premium actions, and yeah, we're going to keep on adding to these premium actions, and also give customers the chance to build their own custom actions as well if you want to. So you can add those to the Lightning Forms actions, or you can also add them to list actions. So the first premium action that we've built, we talked about last week and demoed it last week, and that is the document generator. So you can add that to either list actions or to Lightning Forms. And again, this is something that not everybody's going to need, but if you do want it, then it is something that you can upgrade to, and that will allow you to generate a Word document containing a lot of the information from the actual list itself. From the list item itself. So yeah, you could create, a printable invoice or a printable expense report or whatever it might be, and also have it in a document that could be shared, saved as PDF, and that type of thing. So yeah, there's a huge saving on buying all of those three products together now, using the Lightning Forms or Form Designer suite. So yeah, that's one of them. We've then also got a couple of other suites that we've created as well. So we've got the collaboration suite and the collaboration suite with or sharing a collaboration suite. So the collaboration suite is basically giving you the Lightning Conductor, that's the content aggregation tool, also the data viewer, and Social Squared. So there's a really good reason for those three products to go together, and really the nice piece that adds, or the nice tool that adds some great value to either Social Squared or the Lightning Conductor is actually the data viewer.
Right.
So yeah, the data viewer, it wasn't always capable of creating charts, but now it is. You can build charts, you can build tree maps, you can build gauges, and these can be autonomous, where you're just using the data viewer on its own to connect to BCS external content types, as we already mentioned, or you could connect it to an Excel file or a SharePoint list, or maybe a SQL Azure database or something like that, and very easily build a report on that content with conditional formatting and or charts. So the benefit with the Lightning Conductor is you can take your aggregated results from the multiple lists or from the graph entities or whatever it is, and using Webpack connections, you can start to create a dashboard. So you could see all of your aggregated content coming from multiple lists across multiple site collections and hub sites and associated sites and so on, or from a graph entity like Planner or OneDrive or something like that. And rather than just displaying the results in a grid, you could do that, but also show it inside a pie chart or a combo chart or something like that.
That's that's functionality that I just love that. That's kind of my favorite thing is connecting web parts and being able to make a dashboard like that, and then plus our free Lightning filters kind of adds on to that as well.
Yeah, that's also in that suite. Yep. So that complements both the data viewer and the Lightning Conductor in providing filter Webpack connections. So with Social Squared, inside of Social Squared, you are creating discussion boards, so you can, or forums, so you can create multiple forums inside of Teams and also in SharePoint as well. And one of the things you want to report on is, what's the most popular forum, or how long have questions gone unanswered, or how many badges do each of the users, how many badges have they earned by marking things as answered and that type of thing. So again, the data viewer can provide all of that reporting capabilities by connecting to the SharePoint lists that are driving Social Squared. So they work really well hand in hand. And if you are looking at aggregating collaboration documents as well, quite often there's going to be a lot of communication there, which Social Squared is also complementary to. So rather than using a posts tab, I think I've compared this with WhatsApp before, where you get a constant thread of messages, and it's hard to follow a conversation. People can interrupt that conversation flow.
Right.
Or, if you're away for a few days, you're going to scroll through everything that you missed, and you get bursts of conversations. And in a WhatsApp group, there's not usually that many people, but if you consider that you can have 250 people inside a team, that's a lot of noise to scroll through. So the benefit of Social Squared here is, it's providing a discussion board, but also, you can have multi-threaded conversations that are organized into different forums and forum groups. So you're categorizing conversations basically. That's great if you're in that collaboration or digital place environment. It's a wonderful tool that you can use inside of Teams and also inside of SharePoint. So that comes as one suite called the Collaboration Suite, and you add a bit more to that and you get DeliverPoint as well. So that's the permissions management tool. They again do all complement each other, because again, if you're collaborating on documents and so on, one of the things you're going to be doing is sharing content with either internal or external users. So DeliverPoint is going to allow you to keep track of which of my people have shared what files with who, and be able to remove those sharing links, or you can transfer, copy, delete permissions, that type of thing. So
I often find when I'm talking to customers, say, for example, if they have Lightning Conductor and they're aggregating documents from a bunch of different sites, they didn't really understand what the permissions were on some of those sites and libraries, but all of the Lightning Conductor results are security trimmed. So sometimes people get surprised by what they can or can't see in the Lightning Conductor, and then DeliverPoint is a perfect add-on in that case, where they can then investigate, well, what are the permissions in this site and library, and how can I do something about it?
Precisely. So it's a really valuable tool, fits in with the business user as well. So the business users are performing changes to permissions, such as deleting permissions, and that's such a pain, because you have to go through and visit each object individually in order to be able to remove somebody's permissions. Whereas with DeliverPoint, you could just say, this person's leaving, somebody's taking over the role, I want to transfer permissions within this scope, and it will take care of all of that for you. So these are some good deals where the price of buying the products individually is vastly reduced as buying it as a bundle, it sticks to what Lightning Tools is here for, and that's to make you more productive, more efficient when you're using SharePoint or Teams. So.
Great. That's good to hear. And so, people can find that on our website, the different suite pricing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's at the time of recording, still a bit of work in progress, but by the time this is published, absolutely, you'll be able to go through and browse those. Great. Excellent.
All right. Well, thanks very much for taking us through that.
Yeah, no problem. And it'd be good to hopefully follow up on the webinar that we've got. In almost just over a week's time, we have the Lightning Forms webinar, where we will be demonstrating Lightning Forms as well as the document generator and list actions. So if you haven't signed up on that, it's on our homepage. You can just browse to the bottom of the homepage and sign up. And we'll review that webinar as well on our next session. So
for sure. All right, thanks.
Yeah, great to see you again, Sandy, and speak to you soon.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.